Hey boaters, it's Jim from Raymarine, and I'm here to talk to you today about the 25th annual Defender Warehouse Sale. Now, of course, it's online this year, and we really wish we could have been there in person with you, but we're so glad that you are turning out for the warehouse sale in its special form this year. And I want to show you some fan favorites from Raymarine that are available through Defender. Let's get started. So the first product I want to show you is our new Axiom Plus series of MFDs. This particular model here is an Axiom 12 Plus with Real Vision 3D, but we have these in 7, 9, or 12-inch sizes. So you've probably heard of Axiom before. What makes an Axiom Plus different from the prior model? Well, it's got a little bit more onboard memory. It's also a 25% brighter screen. There's IPS screens in the 7, 9, and 12-inch sizes of Axiom Plus. And that screen is actually coated with our HydroTough nano coating, so that allows it to resist oil, water, and improve the touch response on the product. So Axiom Plus models come in two flavors. There is a fishing-oriented version called Axiom RV, the RV standing for Real Vision. That's our 3D sonar system. We also have Axiom Plus models that are chart plotter only. That is, they don't have sonar in them. They can network with everything else. They can network with your instruments, your autopilot, and other Axiom displays. They just don't have built-in sonar. So we'll often see those on sailboats or cruising boats where they're not going to be doing a lot of fishing. Now, of course, Axiom Plus can network seamlessly with all of the other Axioms in our lineup too. So the Axiom XL, Axiom Pro models. In fact, across that entire lineup of screens, there's truly an Axiom to fit every single boat out there. We have Axioms in 7, 9, 12, 19, 22, and 24-inch sizes. In fact, I think there's a 16-inch size that I left out there in the middle too. But anyway, we got a lot of Axioms, an Axiom for every boat, so definitely check them out here at Defender. Another great accessory I have with me is our Quantum 2 Doppler radar, and you can see it there on the table. Now, Quantum 2 is the latest generation of our Quantum wireless radar. So one of the really cool things when you're installing this product is you don't have to run a heavy-duty radar interconnect cable between your MFDs and this radar system. It makes it super easy to install. Instead of that interconnect cable, we just run a very light-duty power cable to it, and we carry all the information from the radar to the screens via Wi-Fi. It's a super reliable connection. It works with every Axiom display in our lineup, and it just makes it so simple to get radar on board any boat. So what does Quantum 2 do? Well, it uses Doppler processing technology, which is a fantastic tool for collision avoidance. When we see targets on a Doppler radar screen, they're actually colorized red or green. The red targets are ones that are inbound, closing in range, the ones that you want to be most concerned about. Green targets are outbound targets. Those are getting farther away. So it lets you see at a glance what's super important to pay attention to and what other targets you just want to have a general awareness of around your boat. Now, in addition to the Doppler technology, Quantum has all the other great things you'd want to have in a Raymarine radar too. It does have a full color, 256 color palette for coastal navigation, for navigating in fog, navigating in rain. So it's just a great all-around tool to have on board your boat, and now is a great time to add it here at the Defender Warehouse Sale. Another thing we always look forward to at the Defender Warehouse Sale is meeting lots of our sailing customers from all across the Northeast. And of course, we have a lot of different sailing products for you this year. Some of the most popular ones that Defender carries are our I-50, I-60, and I-70 instruments. And I have a selection of them here in this nav pod in front of me. So this group here is the I-50 and I-60 depth, speed, and wind system. What's really cool about these three in particular is that they're available in a bundle pack. So you get all three instruments. You also get the masthead transducer and the cabling kit to wire them all up. So it's all-inclusive, kind of a boat-in-a-box kit, if you will. Everything you need to get your cruising or sport sailboat configured with wind, depth, and speed, and CTOC NG networking. Also out here on the end, we have an I-70S. This is a color multifunction instrument. What's pretty neat about this device is it can do both analog and graphic displays. This instrument is full color. It's got several different color palettes for daytime, nighttime, bright sun, low light conditions. you can see just about everything on your boat on this instrument here. You can do depth, speed, wind, environmental data, AIS data, information from your engines, information from other NMEA 2000 devices. It's a really beautiful, easy to read screen. It dims down nice and low for nighttime use, and it works great on both sail and powerboat applications. So definitely check out all the instrument options that are available here at Defender. So another very popular product here at Defender are Raymarine's Evolution Autopilots. Now, I brought a couple of popular models here and spread their components out on the workbench. Let me kind of take you through what I have. At the core of every Evolution system is our EV1 heading sensor. So this is not only the compass unit for the autopilot, but it also has inside of it a 9-axis gyro sensing system. So this measures the boat's heading, pitch, roll, and yaw. What this sensor also does is it takes feeds from the GPS and navigation data, feeds from your wind instrument, and it actually stabilizes all of that information. It actually removes the effects of pitch and roll from your GPS and your wind information, and that gives the boat ultra precise course keeping, whether it's in a heading mode or in a navigation mode. So the EV1 is a very versatile sensor. You can mount this just about anywhere. It's free of a lot of the restrictions that many older generation autopilot compasses had. So here it's on a bulkhead mounting bracket. Just mount it right up to the bulkhead, point it towards the bow of the boat, and it's good to go. This bulkhead bracket is removable, and that enables you to surface mount it. You could put it on your cabin top, you could mount it to the deck, you could mount it on your hard top. It is fully waterproof, so it can go inside or outside. There's really no restrictions as to where to mount it, as long as it is level and there's an arrow on top. You just want to point that forward. The next major component of every Evolution autopilot is a control head. I have two samples here. This is a P70S autopilot controller with push button controls. This is a P70RS controller with a rotary knob control. Now, traditionally, we see sailboaters go with push button and powerboaters go with rotary control. But in reality, you can mix and match these. So if you're a sailboater and you want to have rotary control, that's fine. And same thing for powerboats. If you want push button, that's okay too. So these displays are the same size and profile as our I-50, I-60, and I-70 instruments. You can see cosmetically, they match very nicely with our Axiom displays. And you can surface mount them or flush mount them. And we include all the instructions to do either kind of mount in the kit. These tie into the overall boat's navigation network using our CTOC NG. You can see the connector there on the back. CTOC NG is our CAN bus navigation network that carries NMEA 2000 data. Another major component of Evolution autopilot systems is something called an actuator control unit. So this one in my hand is an ACU 100. This is the smallest one that we make. But we also have an ACU 150, 300, 400, and a couple of other specialty models as well. Now, what the actuator control unit does is it serves as the power supply to your drive unit. Your drive unit could be a hydraulic pump. It could be a wheel drive. It could be a linear drive. We have a bunch of different types of drive units to fit many different types of boats. We'll talk about those more in a second. The actuator control unit also is the interface back to the course computer, in this case, the EV1 sensor. So the ACU just mounts down out of sight in a locker, in a lazarette, connects up to your drive unit, and ties back into the CTOC NG navigation network. And the other major component of the autopilot is its drive unit. So I mentioned I have two popular ones here. This is a wheel drive unit. This is very popular on sailboats with wheel steering. This is called a Mark II wheel drive. And the way that it works is it mounts to the boat's steering wheel. There'll actually be a series of spoke clamps that will get bolted into the face of the drive unit to engage with the spokes on your steering wheel. When you want to run on autopilot mode, you simply engage the clutch lever here. That engages the drive unit. This is actually an electric motor that drives a belt that will steer the boat for you. And it connects back to an ACU and back to your autopilot control head and your EV1 heading sensor. For power boats with hydraulic steering, this is a Type 1 hydraulic pump, and we have these in a range of sizes. So as you're picking out an autopilot for a hydraulically steered power boat, we'll match the pump up to the size of the hydraulic system on board your boat. But this is a pretty common one, Type 1. These are the ports where hoses will plumb in to your boat's existing steering system. This is the power cable that ties back into the ACU, and the ACU ties to the EV1 and to your control heads. So just a couple of quick tips when you're shopping for an autopilot. There's some choices that you get to make as the captain, and there's some choices that the boat makes for you. Your choice basically consists of what type of control interface you want to have with the boat, whether you want push button, rotary control. You can also control your pilot from your MFDs. The things that the boat decides is basically the rest of the hardware that's out here. The steering setup on your boat is going to dictate what drive unit you have to use. The displacement of your boat, if you're looking at a mechanical system like a wheel drive or a linear drive, is also going to be a major factor into what autopilot you have to choose. So anytime you're working with autopilots, there's a certain amount of information you'll want to know in advance, kind of about your boat, some of its tech specs, including its displacement, its steering type, if it's hydraulic, the volume of its steering cylinders. For a displacement boat, like a sailboat or a trawler, we might want to know what the displacement is as specified by the boat manufacturer. And then typically we're going to add 20% to that number to account for fuel and food and provisions and other things that have been added to the boat's stores that makes it a little bit heavier, because all of that is a factor into choosing the right autopilot. We are certainly happy to help you with that. Raymarine's tech support team is available both via phone and online. And of course, the team here in Defender is all well trained to help you specify an autopilot as well. So definitely check them out, Evolution Autopilots, a wide range of systems to fit just about anything out there on the water, and you can get them all here at Defender. The last thing I want to share with you today is a great savings opportunity that's going on right now. It's Raymarine's Big Splash sales event. So now through April 4th of 2021, you can save up to $2,000 on your Raymarine system purchase. The nice thing about the Big Splash sales event is it includes just about everything we make. It includes Axiom Plus, Axiom XL, Axiom Pro MFDs, all of our radars, autopilots, all of our sensors, augmented reality, just about any Raymarine product or accessory you might want for your boat this season is eligible for the Big Splash sales event. You can find out more about it over on our website at www.raymarine.com. It's very, very easy to file your rebate claim online. You can actually just upload all your documentation to us, and we'll get your rebate right out to you in just a short while. Definitely take advantage of that. It's a great way to save a little bit of extra money on your new system at the Defender warehouse sale. So thank you for watching our presentation today. We're really glad you could join us online at the 25th annual Defender warehouse sale. This is Jim from Raymarine signing off. Thanks for watching.